Okay, so today in class we talked about identifying which integer represents a real world situation. And in class, we talked about how there are certain words that tell us whether an integer is going to be positive or negative. So let's just take a look at a couple of those words and then we'll do a couple of examples just to kind of spark your memory. So over here we have our list of words and we've got a chart here for positive or negative. So the first one we're going to look at is deposits. Deposit means like I'm going to go to the bank and put money into my account. So for when I'm depositing money, that is a positive integer because I'm putting it into my account. The next one we're going to talk about is a loss. So like if I lose 3 yards on the play, loss tells us that it's going to be a negative. It's going to be a -3. Okay. Sells. If I am selling something, I don't have it anymore. So it's not with me. It's a negative. Income. Income means like when I get a weekly paycheck. Sometimes people call that their weekly income. Income means I'm getting money, so it's going to be positive. Our next one is costs. If something costs us money, we're going to have to pay for it. We're giving that money away. We don't have it anymore. Therefore, it's a negative. Increase. Let's say a plant's height increased. It's going up. That's positive. Below. So if we talk about like below sea level, that elevation is going to be a negative because it's below. Descends. So sometimes we're talking, we might hear something like a submarine descends to a depth of 800 feet. Descends means to go down. So it's a negative. Under, we could say you're 3 strokes under par. Under means that it's going to be a negative. Grew, let's say Elizabeth grew 3 inches. Grew gives us an idea of going up, so it's positive. Ascend is talking about when you go up in the air. So like an airplane ascends to a height of 4,000 feet. Ascend, since it's going up, tells us that it's going to be a positive. Debt is when you owe people money. So you might have a debt of $30. If we're owing a debt, it's a negative. To deduct. So like if I deduct points off of your quiz, I'm going to take them away. So it's also a negative. Now, profit is like what you make after all of your expenses have been paid. So like if you own a company, it's like the money you make after you pay all your bills. So it is positive. It's the money you make on top of what you spent. Above means let's say we're 300 feet above sea level. That's a positive. And over, let's say we went over the height by 3 inches. That one's a positive as well. Okay, so there's a good word bank for you guys for positive and negative. So let's take a look at a few of examples of like what we did in class today. So just a helpful hint, I like to highlight or underline the word that makes the integer positive or the word that makes the integer negative. So let's look at our first example here. It says the bird is in a tree that is 17 feet above the ground. If we're looking for that word, we see the word above, and above tells us that it's going up. So it's going to be a positive 17 feet. Okay. Let's look at our second example. Janice withdrew $30 from her account. So withdrew is the word that's going to tell us that she took it out. So if she's taking it out, that means it's a negative 30. The helicopter ascended to a height of 350 feet. We see the word ascended, and ascended tells us that it's going up to that height. So it's a positive 350 feet. And then our last example here says Jill owed the school cafeteria a debt of $12. So I see actually 2 words there. We see the word owed and we see the word debt. And both of those words tell us that she owes it to them and, it's going to be a negative $12.